trolley day. How's it going, everyone? So, you joined me down at Overstrand today. We're fishing off the Railings here, which I'll show you in a minute. I'm now about to put the first rig out, which is 3-hook flapper. As you can see, we've got ragworm on the bottom, bit of squid in the middle, and a black lug on the top. That's just a scratch and rig, that one. See what we can get with that. Maybe some bass, maybe some flatties. And then I've got the bigger rod over there, and I'm going to set that up with a pulley panel and see if we can target a smooth hand ray and that sort of stuff. So we'll get this one out, and then we'll set up the other rod, and hopefully we'll get some bites. Let's do some fishing. Yeah! First rod in the water. We've got quite a stiff breeze coming that way from the south. It's quite cold, but we're not going to let that worry about us too much. Not going to go for any great distance, just want to get it out there 50-60 yards and see if we can get a few bites. Lovely jubbly, right in the middle of the bay. Do nicely. A bit of tide would be nice, but we're in between two groins that are like 200-300 yards apart, so that stops the flow a bit, but the fish should come in. And how high up we want the rods. I think I'm going to bring, I think I want the smooth hand rod closest to me, really. Big old bow in the line we need to tighten up to. Set the drag just in case a smoothie nicks it, because you never know, and they do blast off with it. So set the drag, it's a bit tight. That should work, and that's that one fishing. Come on, you fishies. Got a bit of a bow in that line, that's a bit too much. I don't mind a bow in the line, but that was way too wide. Right, hopefully we'll get a bite on that one while I set up the other one. That one I'm using there is the Dower Sensor Z. This is a Dower long beam. Not heavy rods today, just sort of medium range sort of rods really. I've got a Penn Surfmaster reel I'm now going to put on this one. This one's got braid on it, so we'll be able to hit this one out a little bit more. Just put the handle and stuff on. Hopefully we'll get a bite on that rod before we get this one set up. That'd be nice. Tap slightly then, but then the wind is catching the line. So you don't want to watch me put the line and stuff through the reels and stuff and get the rig on, so I'll bring you back once the rig's set up. So, second rod's all set up. Got a panel set up, hook above, hook below. A squid body with the head took off. And all I'm going to do is just give that a good old bit of elastic. Give that a good old wrap up. Try and make sure the hook stays proud. Don't want too big a bait, but not too small either. I go sort of just over the size of my thumb normally. That normally works out quite nicely. I'll show you this in a sec and you'll see what I use. That seemed to work quite well. That's a bit of a pain because it's quite windy today, so it's blowing me elastic all over the place. I tried to put one hook in one way, one facing the other way, and the bait about that size. As you can see, put my thumb next to it, not far off the size of my thumb. That seems to work for me, so let's get it out there, see if we can get a fish. So it's about 7:10 now. High tide's at just after 9. We've got 2 hours up, 2 hours down will be pretty good, and then we'll go from there, see if we need to go any further, etc., and start following the tide down if we need to, or whatever. We don't know yet. We'll just play it by ear and let's get this one in the water and let's catch some fish, hopefully, fingers crossed. So we're all rigged up, as you know. Set the clutch, because if Mr. Smooth End goes flying off with this squid, I don't want the rod to go with it. I'm just going to clip this squid down, hopefully. Like so. And away we go. Let's get this one in the water. I'm going to come over to here a bit. We're twisted over top of the rod, we definitely don't want that. I'm going to check it because we certainly don't want a crack off. That is 70 pounds straight through, so it's not going to give us any problems, but we don't want to be doing any of that, do we? Right, we're sorted. Let's clip it down again. And let's launch it out into the middle of this bay. I'm going to move this way quite a bit because I don't want it fishing near the free hook flapper. Nice good flick in it. Easy, went, I don't know, 70, 80, 90 yards. That's all we need. If I find I need to go further, then I'll start whacking it really hard, but a lot of the time you find you have to drop closer, so let's get it in there without too much of a bow in the line. Quite a bit of a current going that way to the left at the moment, but all that wind's lapping around my face. I'll put this one here. Set the old drag, just in case that launch. And away we go, we've got 2 rods fishing. Lovely job. Let's see if we can catch some fish. I'm just going to tidy up what's happening here. Stop as much of the wind coming down the beach as I can. So I'm a little bit cosy. Sort it out on the chair here. Move you across and get you on the rods. Hopefully we'll get some live bites, you never know. Looks like right down the other end there's someone out there with a couple of rods, 2 or 3 rods I can see sticking up. They're a long way down, but you can see them fishing. Don't know if they've caught. It's quite a long way down now, but hopefully they're getting a feel as well. This is us. Haven't seen any bites yet, but then it hasn't been long, it's only been 5 minutes. So we've got wind blasting in our face. We've got a brolly up against the wind. Little chair sitting there, tackle and bait, etc. Little trolley sitting there, and that's pretty much what we look like. Area looks good. We've got a groin on this side. We've got like a set of steps here, so if I get a smoothie or something decent, I can whip down these steps, cross down, land it quite nicely onto this platform here. So that's the plan along here. We've got these nice groins to fish between, right across there. So I've got both rods in there. If I really wanted to, I could actually set up down there, but I'm not sure if the tide's going to start splashing over the top. So we'll have to wait and see. So I'm going to sit back for 10-15 minutes and see if we can get some bites. Okay, so I just brought in the first rod, the free hook flapper, and all the bait's gone basically. So I've just rebaited it. Nice big juicy black on the bottom. Medium sized rag in the middle. And then a bit of lug and a bit of squid on the top. So all nice fresh juicy baits. Let's get it back out there. See if we can get it to do something this time. Tiny bit of weed down there, but nothing to worth worrying about. And the big rod hasn't really done anything yet. I'm hoping that that squid bait will stay on, long enough for something decent to take it. I can see the chaps down the end, I haven't seen them reeling in much. I don't think they've had anything yet. And there isn't no one else down to me right or anything like that. I can't see anyone else. So we're going to get this back in the water. Let's see what we can do. So I've whacked the old hat on and top because it's going to start getting chilly now. The old sun's going down. I've just brought in the big rod, you know, the one with the big baits on the left hand side there, and the whole squid was just sitting there like I just put it out. So we're not getting crabbed out or anything like that, which is good. A little bit of tiny bits of weed, and I mean tiny bits, nothing to worry about. Certainly not masking the hooks or nothing, or sort of stopping the fishing, I don't think. Just a case now, hopefully starting to get a few bites. I'm sitting here like this at the moment, quite eagerly waiting for one of them rods to go. Hopefully we're gonna, what, a blank saver to start with, or I don't really mind, just need something to start happening. Tide's getting well up there now, the groin's near enough disappeared underwater. I've got the free hook flapper just down the sort of side of the groin, but obviously the water's covering it now, so the tide's coming across. And that's probably 40-50 yards at the moment. I'm trying a bit closer. I might even drop it really close, 20 yards in a minute, and just see if there's anything close in. Sometimes you can get a nice flounder, or even the bass will be patrolling just along the edges. And you can pull in quite a nice fish sometimes. But really we want to see the big old squid bait go flying off, don't we? Or at least a big bang and then a slack line or something like that. You never know, it can happen any minute. Sometimes you can sit there for hours and nothing happen, and then all of a sudden, bang! And that's what we're waiting for. Sun's disappearing in the distance. I'll spin you around and show you. Chaps are still down the end there. One of them just reeled in, but I haven't seen much else. A couple of people walking about, but otherwise nice and quiet down here. So that's my view at the moment. Pretty nice. Can't complain. It's quite nice sitting here with a broiler up down the side of me. Stopping all the wind. Obviously I get it when I reel in, but nothing to worry about too much. It's quite chilly, I must admit, for this time of year, but shouldn't really stop the fish from biting. The water temperatures have definitely warmed up. I'm just looking down in front of me, down the edges at the moment. I can see a bit of weed flowing through, but that's definitely not getting caught on my lines or nothing, or in at the moment anyway. Whether it would do on the down tide or when things turn or anything, I don't know, but at the moment just a couple of tiny bits of that little red stuff, that mayweed type stuff. So come on fishies, let's see ya. Quite a nice view right down there, sort of, I don't know, a mile or so away. Got the sun bouncing off the cliffs as it's going down. As you can see there's some more railings and stuff right down the other end there you could fish off. And there is actually a slipway which you can go and land your bigger fish if you did get any. So that's not a bad little area to give a go. I've got a row of beach huts all sitting behind me, all different colours. People come down for days out, etc. And then above that I've got the old cliffs and stuff. One thing, you definitely don't get a phone signal down here. I can't even get a single bar or anything, it's just completely blank. So I've been fishing about an hour, no bites, but the old groin, as you can see, has all disappeared underwater, most of it. Just a tiny bit left to send, so we've got some depth of water now. It's just a case now of getting some fish to feed. I've been sitting here staring at the rods, changing the baits. Well, I've just rebaited both rods. I took the whole squid rod off and I put a nice big chunky load of black lug on there. It's fresh black, so launched that out and that went out quite a nice distance, so we'll see what that does. And the other rod I've got lug, rag and squid on still. Just refreshed it, and I've just literally just flicked it 25 yards, something like that. I'm trying close in with that one this time. We're just going to sort of vary the distances and see what's happening. So it's been a bit quiet. It's already 9 o'clock, and I think we started fishing about 20 past 7. So we're very close to high tide. I think it's about 20 past 9. We should be hitting slack water. So fingers crossed, that'll bring a few fish through. The groin down there is completely covered now. It's completely disappeared. We've got hardly no wave movement or nothing. We've got tide pulling to the left, but not too crazy. You know, not nothing to worry about, but enough to get the old fish feeding. But not a lot happening. I think we might have had a little tap on the whole squid rod a little while ago. It did have a couple of duds, but could have been crabs. But they don't seem to be getting plagued with crabs or anything. So not really sure yet. But it's been hard work so far, but I'll keep refreshing the baits every sort of 15-20 minutes. That seems to be about the time tonight when they're getting washed out. I do believe I've got a little tap on the big rod. I'm just going to get ready for that and I'll bring you back in a minute. That's what it's looking like out there at the moment. This closest rod now is the big bait rod. And we just had a couple of small taps on it. So hopefully it's going to go. We're going to get a thump and that's going to pull down. Still got the chaps down at the left hand side there, right down the far end. Can't really see from here what's happening, whether they're catching or not. Can just about see when they reel in, but they haven't reeled in much, to be honest. We had a couple of chaps down here sort of talking to me for sort of 20-25 minutes. So nice to meet you. They're down in the area on holiday. And we've been chatting about all sorts of different fishing locations. One chap was from Kent. And he fishes the Medway and around them sort of areas. And the other chap was talking about the Isle of Sheppey and that sort of area. So they're all from up that way. They seem to be having a good holiday, which is great. And they wanted to know all sorts of things about what bait I was using. Rods, lines, rigs, all that sort of stuff. So good to have a good old chat and nice to meet you. 2 more subscribers. Brilliant. Welcome to the channel. So it's getting dark now, so I've got the old lights and stuff out. Put the old headlamp on, ready to be able to see what I'm doing. Probably going to put some rod tip lights on as well. And I'm probably about to have a rebait. But so far, pretty poor, pretty quiet. We've just reached the top of the tide now. So we've been here 2 hours. And not really getting the odd tap, but they're not very positive bites if they are bites. They probably could just be crabs. Or just little bits of line tapping the line. Little bits of weed catching the line. Definitely don't need, big bang positive bites. Which is what we want really. But we'll keep going, we've still got plenty of bait. I've got a good handful of live rag left. I've got some fresh blacks, some frozen blacks, probably about 10 squid, a bluey, and some mackerel. So we've still got plenty of bait left. Just a case that we need to start getting some bites. Let's hope that slack water and the ebb will fish a bit better. We have a bite, and that's a good bite. Can we get it? Come on. Really big thump on this rod. That was enough to slide it along the railing. Is it still there? Just before darkness, it's pretty much dark. You just see the sun disappearing in the background there. Is this fish still on? Hit the bait really hard. Don't know if I should wait. I wonder if I should just strike it. a really, really good bite. Really positive whack. Do I, don't I, do I? Not sure what to do. I've got a fairly fresh bait on here. This has only been out a couple of minutes at the most. It's got a nice fresh bait on it. Oh, the other rod's got a tap as well by the looks of it. Looks like things might have livened up. We're on slack water at the moment, so the fish might be coming in. What's going on here? What's going on? Don't know which rod to do now. I think I'm going to bring this one in because I want to see which bait it took, to be honest. Whoa, don't do that. Hopefully that's on. It's not very big if it is. Still get a nudge on the other rod, but it looks more like a little crab pull. There might be something on here, but I don't think it's huge. It does feel like there's something on here. What do we got? Yep, I can see a fish coming. Can't see what it is from here though, because it's pretty dark down there. Oh, fish on. What do we got? Oh, you can probably guess what that is, because it's nearly dark. Not really after them, but he saved a blank for me today. So Mr. White took a squid's head. I put a big old squid's head on there, and that's what he took. So there's going to be some whiting about. It's a little bit dark, as you can probably see, but Mr. Whiting, okay size, not that chunky, but quite a nice big long fish. Alright, let's get him back and see what else is out there for us. Well, it's pretty much pitch black, but because that light's in the background, the old camera's still picking up the light. You can see I've got a bite on the right hand rod, it's tapping away. There it go, bang, bang, bang. I'm going to leave it a little bit because I've got 3 hooks there, so I'm just going to, unless it goes screaming off, I'm going to let it bite a little bit. In case it's a flatty or something. It's nice to be getting a few bites now. Tide's gone slack, and ooh, it hit that pretty hard then, didn't it? Strange, it had to get dark before we could start getting a few bites. But we don't really want to get inundated with a load of whiting. We want some other stuff really. So let's hope that we get some bites off some other stuff. I'll still keep changing the baits every sort of 10 minutes. Keep refreshing them up. We've definitely got something on this rod. I think the left hand rod's tapped a couple of times as well, so hopefully we're going to bring in another fish in a minute. And hopefully it's not a whiting, hopefully it's something else. Obviously I don't mind getting a few whiting, but it's always good to get some other species as well. Yeah, we've got a bite on both rods now. Look. Okay, so I've got the old lights set up now, so you should be able to still see the rods. And I'm about to bring in the rod that's still getting bites now, which is the right hand rod. Oh. Keep forgetting I've got the old drag set. You have to do that when the old smooth hands are about, because sometimes they can absolutely blast off with a rod. This isn't very heavy and there's not a lot of weight there. I don't know what was giving that bite. I can feel there's something there, but it ain't very big. It's tapping around, so there's definitely a fish on. What do we got? Yep, I can see a fish on the surface. Just lean over and lift. Lovely jubbly, Mr. Bass. That's what I like to see. 2 different species now. Have to grab these right because they get you if not with the old gills. Lovely jubbly. Quite happy with that. Right. So that's pretty cool. We've had a whiting. Okay, so we had Mr. Whiting, and now we've got Mr. Bass. Lovely jubbly. Nice. So nice to get a mixed species. I don't know what's going on the other rod now, but it's definitely bouncing away. So let's get this one back in the water, which is literally just there now, and see if we can get a few more. So that was pretty good. We sat there for what, 2.5, nearly 3 hours, no bites whatsoever. And then we go get a bite. Next cast we get a bite again, a whiting, a bass. And now I've just put them back out again. So fingers crossed, we should start getting a few more bites. And hopefully bringing in a few more fish. Hopefully we'll get a good old mixture and not just whiting. Haven't had a bite yet, but I've only been out there a few minutes. Just put a whole squid back on the big rod, because there's still a chance of, you know, decent fish, a ray or a smooth hound or something like that. I've got the old big light and stuff up, lighting up the rods and that for you. I've got this one down here, lighting up my face and that, and if I, get a decent sized fish or anything. So we're all set up. I've got a light in the background here, which I've got on just to see the bait up, and I've got the old headlamp as well. So we're pretty sorted. So I'm just going to keep an eye on these rods now, and I'll keep updating you every time something happens, hopefully. So I've had another 2 or 3 casts now. It's gone quiet again. Pretty strange. I did just have a knock on the left-hand rod, but that was just 2 little knocks, and that's gone quiet again as well. So I'm not quite sure what's going on there. There don't seem to be like crab bites. I don't think there's crabs out there. It could be. The sea's calmed right down, as you can probably hear. It's hardly even rolling in. Don't really get much slacker than that. It's quite nice. It's 10:15 now, so the time's ticking away. The tide's now starting to pull the opposite way, and that will start going down. Still got people down on the far end there. I can still see their headlamps and stuff going on when they're reeling in and baiting up and stuff. I had a few more people walk past and sort of say hello and stuff. Someone went to their beach hut a little while ago in the dark. But yeah, the bites are very strange. They all come in like 10 minutes, didn't they? And then seem to have moved on again. Well, I thought I was recording just now, all the way in. I had a really good thumping bite and a nice fight all the way in, and I've got this. So it'll let me hold it. Yeah, got this. Lovely bass. Lovely jubbly. Good size. Put his fin up for us. Nice. Turn it around. He's going a bit crazy on us. He's not happy. He's curling up. So you get the idea. Lovely fish. Let's get it back in. See what else is out there for us. So that was quite annoying. I thought I had it on recording and got the bite. I had like a tap tap, bang bang bang. That was really pumping like a smooth hand took it. And then I brought that bass in. You can see the rod bending and it's bouncing away. Pretty good fun, and I weren't recording. I couldn't believe it. So at least you got to see the fish. Hopefully we'll get some more. Just dropped the whole squid out about 40 yards. And I'm fishing with the 3-hook flapper 70, 80 yards, something like that. Seems to be where the fish is sitting on that rod. I can't seem to get a bite on the big bait rod. It's quite annoying. Even if I put worm on it, I still don't seem to get a bite. Panel setup's just not really doing it tonight. So I don't really want to switch off it, just in case we did pick up something decent. Really, I probably should switch that rod over to a 3-hook flapper or a 2-hook flapper and catch some more of these bass and stuff. But so I want to keep it out there with a big bait on, just in case. So it's got really foggy now. You can hardly see left or right. I definitely can't see out to sea. So I've just changed the big bait rod over to a lump of bluey. Wrapped that all on and put that out as far as I can put it pretty much. And then on the 3-hook flapper I'll put lug and rag on as a cocktail. And then squid on top. But it's definitely very quiet now. Most of the fish all come at the same time, really, don't they? Sort of in the same hour, sort of thing. The whiting and the bass came in the sort of 15-minute window, and then we had the other bass probably 45 minutes later. And since then, it's been pretty quiet. I did have one more bite, but nothing come of it. But one thing I have seen, which is really, really smart, which I'll put some pictures up, is the old northern lights are all lighting up across the sea, which is quite cool to see. So I'll whack some photos in so you can have a little look. I've just zoomed in on the old fog here and look at that. Look. Really bad. It's whipping down to the left because obviously there's a breeze going that way. And yes, it's quite bad to be fair. It's got to the point where I can just see my rods, as you can see, but I can't see anything else. It's getting really, really thick foggy. I don't mind, I quite like the sort of weather, it's all different and all part of the fun. It'd be nice if I could just get a few more bites though. It's not like I'm putting the effort in, I'm changing all the baits every 10-15 minutes. And that's nice fresh juicy bait, it's just not really happening at the moment. Well, it's getting a bit silly now, even the rods are disappearing there in front of me. It's getting really, really thick, this fog. Just come out of nowhere and Yeah, as you can see, everything's disappearing. Hooray, we've actually got a bite on the left-hand rod. It's literally been hours now. Had 2 or 3 really good thumps, are still there. Right, we're going to strike that. I hope it's on, because I deserve this one. It feels like something's there. Hopefully you can see me, because this fog is crazy. I can't even see the sea, and it's literally down there in front of me. That's how bad it is. There's a little bit of weight there. It's not going crazy like that last bass did or anything, but oh, we're getting a few kicks. Don't think we're looking at anything massive. Oh! Pig! That was another bass, but I come off just down there. Oh, I don't believe that. All that time and effort. Dropped it as I was lifting up a wall. Oh, that was annoying, wasn't it? I put in hours to get that bite. And we got a good old thump like we did. Just about to lift it out of the water. Up the side here and plop. They've all been hooked just in the side of the mouth tonight. But that one obviously weren't on very well. It's about the same size as the last one we had. So not too bad size. But hopefully they're back down there again. That one was actually quite close in. That was probably 40 yards, something like that. 30, 40 yards. That was pretty close in. I thought I'd drop it short and see if it made any difference, and it actually did. So hopefully we'll get another bite in a minute. Not going to give it too much longer now, because we're sitting around midnight now. So we've been here 5 hours, and it's going to get to a point where there's really shallow out there. But obviously if I'm getting bites, then I'll carry on for a little bit. But hitting it out at distance just don't seem to be doing anything whatsoever. Still got the bluey out there as far as I can hit it, and I'll just leave that one sitting there while we're sort of playing with the 3-hook flapper. The big wrapped up bait seemed to stay on quite a while, so I don't think there's any crabs out there tugging at them or anything. The old fog is slightly cleared, but I'm still going across at a pace. The wind is coming from the left hand side there. No, right hand side, sorry. It's got quite rough now. It's been there all the time, but it's getting even worse. Probably got, I don't know, 15-mile-an-hour wind, something like that. Enough to rattle things around a little bit. But it's a nice night sitting here behind the brolly. You don't feel the wind till you stand up, so we don't mind that. And obviously that's what we're here for. We don't mind getting up for a bite. That'd be nice if I could land one more fish. Or it'd be even better if they started coming in per cast. But that's asking too much, I think. One good thing is we're not getting played with loads and loads of whiting. We had that first one, I thought, oh no, we're going to get loads of them. Or what the chance to get some other stuff, and looks like this is my chance, which is why I carried on. Oh, we've got a bite again. Come on. Right, I'm going to leave it a bit this time, because I need that hook to secure a little bit better. It's definitely there. I'll leave you running so you can watch the old bite. Same rod again, the 3-hook flapper rod. That didn't take long that time. That was, like I say, a little flick, sort of 30, 40 yards. Got ragworm on the bottom and middle hook, and a squid's head on the top hook. But we had 2 good little knocks just then, didn't we? So let's give it a chance this time to take a bait in a little bit this time. And hopefully we'll bring this one in and lift it over the side. That is the only trouble when you're trying to lift them up over the side like that. You can't use like a drop net or anything because you've got like a concrete bit that sticks out quite a way, sort of half a rod length, before you sort of lift over. Right, I'll keep an eye on this and hopefully we'll reel in the fish in a minute. Well, we just had a smashing bite. That really thumped round us, either a big bass or a smoothie. God, did that hit. Well, I hadn't had the clutch on. That would have, whoa! It's a good bass by the looks of it. Very good bass. Oh. How am I going to land that? That's the trouble now. I'm really stuck for landing these properly now. Really done what I don't want. That's how I dropped the other one. It's a really nice bass. Oh, I'm caught up on the water now. On the snag then. Oh really? I can see the fish. But my weight's caught on a rock. Gonna have to go down there and hope it don't come off. It's a good fish as well. Please don't come off, Mr. Bass. I've got a hell of a tangle on my reel. What I'm going to do is I'm going to quickly show you, and I'm going to go down there and sort it out. Oh, you look down there. A big old bass sitting there in the tide. And that is a big old bass, but whether I'm going to be able to get it, I don't know. So we've got ourselves a booty. It'll let me hold it. So it's going absolutely, it's going absolutely mental. So we've got ourselves a lovely bass. Look at that. And we've got a shadow in my face. Lovely jubbly. Look at that. Bit annoying us putting a shadow on me, but there's nothing I can do about it. It's a lovely, good fish. Quickly show the other side. I want to get it back in because I'm not keeping them. It's easier keeper, but hey, it's getting me with the old gills. Pretty sharp. Put your fins up, mate. Put your fins up. Lovely fish. Right. Let's get it back in the water. That was worth waiting for. Wow. Pretty impressive. That was worth waiting for, wasn't it? Something just told me tonight, because the whiting weren't about, I thought I'm just going to stick with it, keep putting them chunky baits out there and see how it go. And I had that smashing bite, wanted to lift up over the edge, dropped it. Next cast, smash and thumping bite, thumping all the way in. Got it caught on the rocks down there with the weight, managed to get the weight out of the rocks, brought the fish up. And yeah, lovely bass. So that's bass landed 3, should have been 4. The one I lost coming up a while ago was pretty much the same size as that. Could have even been slightly bigger, to be fair. But hard to tell when they're down there in the water, isn't they? But yeah, well, I'm pretty happy with that. That was awesome. So let's see if we can do the same again and back down there again. And hopefully going to get smashed on a rod. I've just brought in the big rod. Baits are still brilliant. So what I've done is I've just plonged it out 35 yards, 35, 40 yards, something like that. I'm going to see if I can get that smashed by a big bass or something close in as well. So we'll give it a little bit longer now. It's obviously gone 12 now. It's 12:15. So that tide's well on its way down now. I'm surprised they're actually down there in that shallow water, because that's pretty shallow if I'm casting out. It's not deep at all. But they're obviously there and they're smashing the baits. So let's see if we can get them to do the same again. Hopefully I'll bring another one in. That fog's still here. If I stand up above the old brolly, wind blows my head off. Good job I got the old mics and stuff, otherwise that would be terrible. You'll be able to hear a word I'm saying. But I'm enjoying the evening. It's been really good. Just enjoy sitting here watching the rods and watching, you know, the sea's hardly moving. It's like a lake. It's just swishy, no waves. That's just sort of rocking side to side sort of thing. It's hardly doing anything. It's like fishing a rough lake sort of thing, which is pretty cool. But this fog and that make it pretty interesting. But, right, I'm gonna see what happened this cast, and hopefully that rod's gonna get smashed again. Oh, fog is blasting through again. It's got really thick again. Look at that. No more bites yet, but it's only been 10 minutes since I spoke to you. Okay, so gonna have to call it. This is gonna have to be the last cast because I've run out of water. That's gone miles out there, so I'm probably not even in water that deep, so it's obviously not worth fishing. And to get down there and onto the beach and go out there is it's pretty hard work because it's a really high wall and you have to get down. I don't think there's a way down, to be honest. But I think we've done pretty good. You never know, we might get another bite, but I think it's getting a bit shallow. But it's 1:30, so we've put some hours in. We started fishing about 7:20, so we've definitely put the hours in. But like I said before, I wanted to carry on because the whiting weren't about, so I knew I had a good chance of getting something else. Hoping it was going to be bass or smooth hounds, rays, that sort of thing. And it turned out to be bass, so quite happy with that. I like catching bass, especially when they're decent size. And they've all gone back and swam for another day. That's another thing. If I do get any more, it's going to get to a point where I can't reach and get them back in the water, so that's not fair either. So going to call it. I'll spin you around on the rods one more time, and then I'm going to start putting all this lot away, and then I've got to walk right up that big cliff, and that's a hell of a hill. I'm not looking forward to that, but there we go. Right, I'll spin you around and show you the rods. The fog's still coming across, and let's see if we get one more on the last cast. So here's the rods for the last cast. It looks like I've got a tap on the right hand rod, but it's not. It's just where it's getting pulled by the waves. So it's getting so shallow now, the waves are just knocking the line, and yeah, it's just making it hard to fish. I'll show you over the edge quickly and you can see what we're actually fishing over. It's quite big rocks and boulders and all sorts down there. Let's have a nose, shall we? Actually, I'm not quite sure if you can see because of this fog. You can see the concrete there. You can see the big rocks and stuff. That's all the beach. It's very hard to show because of how foggy it is. But the water is, as you can see, oh, you can't even see the water, can you? It's right out there. So that'd be a nightmare to take fish back and stuff. So I'm going to bring these in. If I've got a fish, I'll show you. If not, it's time to pack down. So we're all packed up, as you can see. Nothing's left, no rubbish. Time to get the trolley and head that way. Just look for the cliff. So I'm back in the car. That hill is unbelievable to push the trolley up. I've probably been here 15 minutes and I can hardly breathe. I had to unload the trolley and get it all in the back as well. If you're not very good at climbing hills that are like that, which I'm not kidding, with like 60 kilos worth of trolley to push, not good. I think I stopped 3 times on the way up. Pretty bad. Right, so thanks everybody for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video. Please like, subscribe, share and all that sort of stuff. Whew. And yeah, I think we've done pretty good. We had some nice bass. Shame we dropped a couple. And we lost a couple on the way in as well. We had the one whiting, which was pretty cool. At least they didn't come in and just nick all the baits. So that gave us a chance to get some other fish, which was quite nice, getting some decent bass. Oh, shame the old smoothies didn't turn up. But I'm quite happy catching a load of bass. I like bass. And that was pretty cool. So, as I say, thanks for watching. It's now 10 to 2. I've got about a 40-minute drive home. And then I'm going to put the old hot chocolate on. Get all washed up. Probably watch YouTube for an hour. And time to go to sleep. So thanks for watching. See you again soon in another video.